Hi everyone, this is audap. Here we are with Dragon Quest XI's Echoes of Lucid's Age Definitive Edition, except let's play 2D. Oh, I have to do this, okay. Wow, ooh, Draconian Quest. What is that? You can't spend your gold coins on items. You have to get by with what you can acquire. Wow, yeah, I would not want any of those. Why would you do that to yourself? My goodness. Alright, let's begin with 3D. Yes. I mean 2D. Yeah, beat his ass. No, it was you, wasn't it? You sneaky little bastard. Does 2D mode just not have voices? Hungry, yum yum. Baby very tender. Does not have any voice work. That's interesting. That's an interesting choice since the whole game won't have any voice work as well. Don't drop me, Jade. I'm serious, don't do it. Oh, Jade, you had one job. guess you would call this like the third generation mode, right? Like the early CD mode where the games will start off with these like awesome full motion video sequences, and then you'd play a 2D game. Several years later. Thanks so much, you're a lifesaver. Trust me to lose my headscarf just before the big ceremony. So it's finally here, the big day. I can't believe we're going to be climbing all the way up there. Looks like Sandy's keen to lead the way. Come on, let's not keep her waiting. The symbols on the side of the tour represent the spirit of the land, you know? The spirit has always watched over the people of Cobblestone. The coming of age ceremony is one of the ways we show our gratitude for its protection. I think you and Gemma are all grown up already. I can remember you two little herring around the place, causing trouble like it was yesterday. Time flies, it really does. You know, I'm not sure I've ever seen you two apart. And to think you're all grown up already. Are those wedding bells I hear? Grandma, honestly. Oh, let an old woman have her fun, will you? Now, Tudik, you look after my lovely granddaughter, you hear? It's time for you to head up to the tour, I hear. Mind you don't slip, it's a long way down. Oh, don't worry, Tudik would never let me fall. What would you do without him, eh? Well, Tudik, you heard the lady. Make sure she comes to no harm. That's the only bummer is that there's no voice work. You're gonna have to hear my crappy voice all through this. Hold on there, you young Tudik. Where do you think you're off to? You haven't been up to the tour yet, have you? It's back the other way, as you well know. I don't want to see you again till you've climbed it. Oh man, that music's loud, isn't it? Fast speed. That lady did be quiet there. Oh, do I get special rewards for those? I don't know. Baby boar, Trodian. Oh, special gifts. Thank you for playing the game. Have some fun with one of Veronica's favorite costumes. Special, let's see, try on some traveler's togs that will show our hero in a whole new light. Happy Adventure, Wolfwear, Vests of Success. Maybe I should save those for the 3D mode. I'm not sure if they would even show them in the 2D mode. I guess it's hard to say. Back in the days when buttery smooth scrolling was like a normal. Tudik, seeing you and my dear Gemma all set for your big day makes me proud as anything, both as a mayor and as a grandfather. You're not kids anymore, you know? No, you're grown up now, and that means going to the tour and offering your thanks. Now it's time you're on your way. Head up to the top, give praise to the spirit of the land, and then come back down and tell us how you like the view. Oh, and if you're ever unsure what to do next, try pressing the X button and selecting Talk. Gemma might have some useful tips for you. Just look at you, Tudik, my little boy, all grown up. Now, be sure to look after Gemma, you hear? To think you've been inseparable since you were tiny, and here you are, about to climb the tour together. Sandy will be with you too, of course, so if you find yourself in a spot of bother, just follow her lead. Off you go now, dear. I know the two of you will be just fine, and I'll make sure there's a delicious supper waiting for you when you get back. Tudik, seeing you and my dear Gemma all set for your big day makes me proud as anything. Both, oh, is he going to say the same things? Oh, he is, okay. The path ahead will be at times a steep one. But fear not, my children, for the spirit of the land shall watch over you. May your climb teach you how truly blessed we are to live among such beautiful surroundings. We will pray for your safe return. Yeah, gosh, I hope nothing ever happens to this place. Good luck, Tudik. I wish I was grown up like you. I can't wait to climb the tour. Do your hands not work if you are too young? Humble folk of Cobblestone, great land Great land spirits, hearth and home. That's how it goes, isn't it? My granddad's been teaching me the prayer ever since I was little. He reckons the spirit of the land really does live on Cobblestone Tor, you see. As long as I can remember, he's been preparing me for this day. The day will finally be my turn to climb all the way up there and offer my thanks. I just wonder whose idea it was in the first place, sending the village's young folk on such a dangerous errand. What if I take a tumble and do myself a mischief? Well, not to worry, since you and me were born on the same day. I'm lucky enough to have a bodyguard along for the journey. Come then, that craggy old thing won't climb itself. We've all been through it, you know. We've all climbed to the top of the Tor. I remember it like it was yesterday. But I can't tell you what I found up there. No, that's something you'll have to find out for yourselves. You just don't remember. Just admit it, old man. Humble folk of Cobblestone, great land spirits, hearth and home. Blessed are we since days of yore, let it be so forevermore. Evermore! Core, just look at that view. It's beautiful, isn't it? Whenever you find somewhere with lovely scenery like this, you should take time to stop and bask in the wonder of nature. It always does me the power of good. Oh, dearie me. Where can that boy have gone to this time? I just hope he hasn't decided to go up the Tor on his own. No, he wouldn't be that stupid, surely. Yeah, well, about your kid. He'll be the death of me, that one. Oh no. Eek, monsters! They're coming this way. You go first. Oh, thanks, Gamma. Crikey, I wasn't expecting that. I know they were only little, but I would have been done for if you and Sandy hadn't been there to help me. And now we've got to go through that horrible, dingy cave. Just our luck. I'll bet you anything that's where those awful things came from. Well, as long as you're with me, I've got nothing to worry about. Come on, let's get going. Ooh, awful pushy for somebody that didn't do anything. It is. This makes me feel like it's like the, the Sega CD TurboGrafx days. We'd be playing, something like Lunar. It's like, oh man, listen to this great music, or East. Man, listen to this great music, and then it's like 2D visuals. But that's totally okay. Actually, these 2D visuals are quite lush. Yeah, I would have killed for visuals like this back in the day. My pot lid. Oh, it's for the hand. Okay. I'll do the Sword and Shield this time around, as the 2D came. In the 3D game, I picked the two-handed swords, the great swords. Which is actually the cheaper option. How many transparencies like that? Nah, that's crazy. Animation, with that many frames. Oh, look at all this fog. Is this normal, do you think? Help! Help me! Nom nom nom. Oh, Cole? Quick, you have to help him. Well, I don't know about I have to. No, well, now I have to. It's not fog at all, it's more monsters. Oh, so that's like I'm almost dead. These menus are super responsive. I mean, it's easy to pick something accidentally, actually, because they're so fast. I'm sorry, Gemma. I only came up here because I thought it'd be funny to jump out and surprise you. But then those monsters appeared. What in the world is going on? I never heard anything about monsters appearing on the tour before. But never mind that now. Whatever were you thinking? You could have been killed. You take Sandy and get back to the village this instant. Yes, Gemma. Sorry, Gemma. You saved my bacon again. I knew you were tough, but crikey, you really have grown into quite the hero. Not far to the top now. Typical. It would have to go and start raining, wouldn't it? Come on, let's get a move on. I can't tell you how happy I am that they decided to go with the full 60 hertz update. There have been so many like indie games that want to try to cash in on this look, and then they also try to emulate like the crappy scrolling of maybe some game that they were playing at the time. But it's like, no, we never liked crappy scrolling. Why emulate that? Here we are at last. It's such a shame about the weather. I was really looking forward to that view. Well, we better say the prayer and get this ceremony over with, eh? What was that? Owen. Help! Help me! Help! Grab onto my penis, lads! How's that gonna help? It'll stabilize your footing. We're alive. But how? That great big flash of lightning. It was almost like you made it happen. Look, the mark on your hand. Oh, it stopped. Well, we can worry about that later. All I know is that you saved me yet again. I don't know what I'd do without you. Now we really had better be finishing up this ceremony. Humble folk of Cobblestone, great land, spirits, hearth, and home. Lift your voices up in prayer, sing it across all Erdrea. Blessed are we since days of yore, let it be so forevermore. Evermore. Wow, look! It goes on and on and on. Whoever dreamed up this ceremony must have had this in mind. They wanted to show us how huge our world really is. Well, that's it. It's all over, and now we're grown-ups. Shall we head down and tell Granddad and everyone? They'll all be waiting for us at the bottom. Well, there's actually one more thing that we could do to make sure that we're grown up. Oh, damn it. 2D and Gemma make their way back to the bottom of the tour. Oh, nice coloring. And we refill the pots. You all lazy bastards. That lightning was terrifying. Were you lot all right up there? I ever so worry you poor things had to go through such an awful ordeal. Mike Cole told me everything. He told me how you fought off those horrible foggy monsters. I don't know how to thank you. And you and Gemma aren't hurt either. Oh, that's such a relief. Well, the main thing is that everyone's alright. You can never be too careful with monsters around. We owe you one, 2D, and Gemma and Sandy too. Yeah, well, you might want to have another kid. This one's not a bright one. I'm sorry, Gemma. I thought it'd be funny to jump out and surprise you. I'm an idiot. I'll never do it again, I promise. Yeah, well, I think there are some certain knights from Heliodor that might make sure that doesn't happen, yeah. When the lightning struck the Tor, I must confess that I feared for your safety, but it seems that you escaped unharmed. Truly, we must give thanks to the spirit of the land who watches over us all. Yay, you're back, you're back. Your mum said to tell you she's gone home to make your tea. That lightning was so scary. The sky flashed and there was this big bang. Boom. We're back safe and sound, Granddad. Indeed you are, my dear. Thank the spirits for that. When we saw lightning strike up there, we got a little worried, I have to tell you. 2D explains what happened on the top of the Tor. Well, I never. Sounds like it's nothing short of a miracle that you made it back in one piece. Well, there's no doubt about it. The spirit of the land was watching over you. Now tell me, my dear, how was the view from the top? It was wonderful. I saw the sea stretching to the horizon and the sunlight playing on the water and... oh, I've never seen anything like it in my life. You're true Cobblestonians now, only we have the pleasure of looking out over the world of Erdrea in such a breathtaking fashion, you know. You're still young, and the day may yet come when you decide to leave Cobblestone behind. I hope a little ceremony has opened your eyes to little of what may await you out there. Now it's high time we were heading back. I'm sure your mother's eager to hear how things went, young man. Don't keep poor Amber in suspense. Come on, you. Home time. Cobblestone. Uh-huh, yeah, sure. Nice work, Mr. Grown-Up. Now, your dear old mum be waiting for you, I reckon. Hurry home and tell her about your adventures. So the ceremony's all done. Congratulations. Now, don't tell me you've forgotten where you live in all the excitement. Just head north and take a right after the river. You'll soon find your way back. Oh, but you must be tired to be forgetting that. You should head home and put your feet up. Look at my lovely horse. He's the loveliest horse in the whole village. All right, a little bird told me, and your mate Gemma went to the top of the Tor and back. You ain't a little boy no more, 2D. You're a man. So here's some advice from one bloke to another. Whatever you do, and enjoy it. No one knows how long you've got, so make the most of it. It's amazing when you think about it, isn't it? That Yggdrasil, the world tree, has watched over Erdrea since the dawn of time. They say that the tree here has been around for as long as Yggdrasil. I don't know if that's true, but there's something special about it, right enough. Oh, but isn't young 2D? Make sure you're nice to Gemma, you hear? She's a keeper, that one. Not this again. Oh, just look at your face. You've gone all red. Oh, to be young again. Hee, we were just talking about you and Gemma. What's that? What were we saying? Oh, nothing. I'd love to visit Heliodor one day. They say there's always something going on there. Apparently it's always bustling with people, and the shops are full of all kinds of lovely things, not like boring old cobblestone. Oh, don't worry, Healy's gonna be coming to you. I'll always remember when you were little going fishing with old Chalky. You'd sit there for hours on that pointy rock out by the falls, just the two of you. He would have been so proud to see how big and strong you've grown. Seems like only yesterday you were knee-high to a grasshopper. Yay, I love playing in the water. Let's go for a swim, Tudik. The water looks lovely. Hello there, young Tudik. Do you know what's good? Prayer, that's what. You should get down to the church every chance you get. Every time I pray, I feel all my troubles slipping away. It'll make a new man of you, take my word for it. Thanks for clobbering those stupid monsters. When I grow up, I'm going to be big and tough, just like you. You did well, both of you. You're not children anymore. You're grown-ups. Welcome to the club. Well, well, if it isn't Cobblestone's newest grown-ups. Were you looking for the mayor? He's at home at the moment. Listen, I probably shouldn't be saying this, but he's worried sick about you, Gemma. Well, it's only natural, I suppose. He's your granddad, after all. It's all thanks to the spirit of the land, you know. You coming back from the tour safe and sound, the village being so peaceful for so long. I think this would be the perfect time for you to offer up your prayer of thanks, don't you? Greetings, my child. It's good to see the younger members of my flock taking the time to pray. Now, where shall we begin? Yeah, let's go over here. Yeah, that's fine. I'm a whopping 46 gold. Yeah, let's keep going. Now that you've climbed the tower, I'm pleased to say that you and Gemma are full-fledged Cobblestonians. Now all you need to do is settle down together and live happily ever after. Granddad, honestly. What do we got here? Nothing of interest, really. Benson's Corking Compendium. Incredible, absolutely incredible. The puns keep flooding into my mind. I've never experienced anything like it. Get a load of this one. We could show visitors around the great stone spire beyond the village and call it the Cobblestone Tour. And there's plenty more where that came from. They just won't stop. It's like a divine inspiration. Here's another. The mother said she'd throw her son from a cliff if he didn't eat his vegetables. But it was a bluff. It's like the god of hilarity has granted me his holy blessings. I must tell Gemma right away. Yes, I'm sure she'll love that, huh? Nothing of interest, really. Hold on a minute. Alright, catastrophe there. You're my hero, Tudik. You saved my little boy. I'm so glad you and Gemma got back safely. Sorry, I took your 6 coins in savings. Cobblestone's well tucked away here in the valley. There aren't that many people who even know this place exists, you know? And that's why it's so lovely and safe. The monsters don't tend to bother us, and we get to live in peace and quiet. Lovely. Hey, yes, yes. Enjoy it while it lasts. I'm afraid my horse doesn't have a lot of get up and go at the moment. He's too busy enjoying this delicious grass. Feeding your horse pot? My god. Monster. If you want to get somewhere in a hurry, what you need is a horse. They're faster than people by a long old shot. But you know that already, being a better rider than most, eh? Nice, nice manly pursuit. Riding, very grown up. Yeah, learning how to be a thief early. Monsters appearing on our sacred tour of all places? And they say there's no more of the blighters running around outside the village than... Oh, and they say there are more of the blighters running around outside the village than ever before. I don't like this one little bit. Ah, I remember climbing the tower all those years ago. Back then, I was young, single, and free. Great days, great days. Boy, you're saying you don't like it that you're not single now, huh? Yeah, she's sitting right there, man. Oof, oof. Got all the chicks. Here's my little soldier. Well, not so little anymore. I've heard all about your big adventure. Look at you, all grown up. I hope he wasn't too much of a bother, Gemma dear. Of course not. Quite the opposite, in fact. You would have been proud of him. We got attacked by a monster at the top of the tower, and I ended up hanging on the ledge of the cliff by my fingertips. I thought I was done for. But you'll never guess what happened next. The mark on his hand suddenly lit up, and a bolt of lightning hit the monster. What did you say? That funny little mark? Lightning flying about the place? Goodness me! Here I was, hoping he'd turn out nice and ordinary, but it seems his grandfather was right all along. Well, I've been putting this off for long enough now. You and me need to have a nice little talk. Here, this belongs to you. Your grandfather asked me to give it to you once you'd come of age and climbed the tower. The truth is, there's something I've been keeping a secret all these years. Something I've never told another soul in the village. It's... how can I put this now? Well, he said you're the reincarnation of the Luminary. What? Oh, don't ask me what the old fool meant, dear. I haven't the foggiest. All I know is that your grandfather said you had a special destiny, and that there was something you had to do. He said that when you came of age, you were to head north to the capital, up there in Heliodor, and show that necklace thingy to the king. He seemed to think that if you did that, all would become clear. Clear as mud, I shouldn't wonder. Anyway, the long and short of it is that if you want to find out what this is all about, you'll have to leave Cobblestone and head over to Heliodor. Crikey. Well, I can't stop you leaving, I'm sure, but you won't be marching on an empty stomach. Come on, dinner. The reincarnation of the Luminary. 2D tries his hardest to sleep, but he's too confused by everything he's learned and excited about his upcoming trip. Eventually... Chop! Chop! Having trouble sleeping, are we? Well, it's no surprise after all the excitement today, and your big news. Whenever I have trouble nodding off, I like to go for a little walk. The night air does me a power of good. Well, well, well. Can't sleep either, eh? You remember this tree, don't you? I got my scarf stuck in it all those years ago. There I was, crying like mad, and there you were, running around trying to help me get it down. Some things never change, eh? You know, I always imagined we'd spend our whole lives here, right here in Cobblestone. That's why I was so surprised by what your mom said today. All that stuff about you being the Luminary, the reincarnation thing. I remember this story my granddad told me. Once upon a time, long, long ago, the world was terrorized by a horrible monster, but then the Luminary appeared and saved the day. When it was all over, the Luminary turned into a star, and he's been watching over us from up in the heavens ever since. That's his star, right there. How can you be the Luminary too? I just don't get it. I know, that's what you're going to Helidor to find out. I understand, really I do. Listen, we should both be getting back. Everyone will be wondering where we've gone to. Goodbye, old friend. Exhausted after his long day, Tudik finally falls into a restless slumber. Then morning comes. Well, just look at you. You don't scrub up too bad, you know. I only wish your grandfather were here to see you. You won't forget him, will you? He was a fine, upstanding man, the pride of the village. You could do worse than to try to be like him. Well, however you turn out, I'm sure you'll find a way to overcome whatever lies ahead. My mother knows these things. Oh, by the way, I've popped a little money I'd saved for a rainy day into your pack. Don't spend it all at once. Why don't you visit the village shop before you head off to Helidor? You'll need some supplies for your big adventure. But don't take too long. The whole village is turning out to wave you off. I heard all about it from your mother. She said there's an important journey you have to make, and you just a youngster. Well, before you head off, make sure you visit the shop. You know where it is, of course, just across the river. Once you've stocked up, head up to the village entrance to the north. We'll all be waiting to see you off. Be sure to do some shopping before you go. I'd recommend stopping up on medicinal herbs. If you get hurt too much fighting, you can use them to heal yourself. Wouldn't go anywhere without at least a couple if I were you. Dearie, dearie me, what am I going to do? Oh, if it isn't young Tudik, you came at just the right time. I've got a favor to ask, you see. The other day I was playing with my lad, you know, messing around as you do. Well, anyway, he got this flurry feather that he loves, and, well, fool that I am, I managed to let it blow away. I think the wind blew it towards the paddock, but I've had a poke around there, and I couldn't see anything. Looking for things isn't really my forte, though, to be honest. So I was wondering if you'd mind going to look for it in my place. You'd be doing me a huge favor, I'm telling you. I knew you'd help me out. You always pay attention to what the priest said in church. You know, that stuff about always being kind to others. You're a fine fellow and no mistake. Now, there's no time to lose. My son's desperate to get his beloved feather back. Hurry on over to the paddock. It's on the west side of the village. Once you found that flurry feather, bring it back here, and I'll see if I can't give you a little something in return. Best of luck. Yeah, he asked me for a favor before I leave the village. Man, what a jerk. Let's see. Ever since she learned you were leaving, Gemma's been cooped up indoors. I wonder what she's doing in there. Oh, just look at you. You look just like Choki did at your age. I'll never forget the day he set out to explore the world. And now here you are, following in his footsteps. Poor Gemma, she just can't stop crying, but she said she'd put on a brave face to say goodbye to you. Whoops, I wasn't meant to tell you that. Here's some advice from one bloke to another. Keep your mind on the job, no matter how fierce the fighting gets. You gotta stay focused. The more you get walloped, the more focused you'll get. And before you know it, you'll be all pepped up. Then you'll really be full of beans. Whenever you're pepped up, you'll be stronger, faster, better at everything. There ain't another feeling like it. Go on, my son, get out there and pep yourself silly. Before you head off, you really should have a quick pray. With all those monsters out there, you'll be wanting some protection from a higher power. And if you make a quick record of your adventure, you'll be miraculously whisked back to the church where you made it if you happen to come a cropper. I don't know much about fighting, but I've heard the best way to get big and strong is to wallop lots of monsters and build up your experience. But if you realize you picked a fight with a monster that's tougher than you, there's no shame in running away. How would they do the jumping in this? I guess there wouldn't be any jumping. Yeah. Says on the west side. I don't know. Where would it be here? What's the matter, girl? Is someone there? I'm sorry, I don't want to speak to anyone right now. Could you come back in a bit? Yeah, where would it be? So, this is it. My little soldier's really leaving. You might not be back for a while. Hope you said all your goodbyes. So, ready? No, not ready. Oh, okay. Well, let's go. Oh, where the hell's that feather? I have no idea in the 2D version. One day you're just a little boy, the next you're getting ready to leave us. I only wish your grandfather could see what a fine young man you've become. I think it's been so many years already since old Chalky found you since he brought you to Cobblestone. You never thought there was anything out of the ordinary about you, and now suddenly there's all this talk of luminaries of all things. You know who the Luminary was, of course. The legendary hero who saved the world from a terrible darkness. And we're supposed to believe that you're him reincarnated? I don't doubt old Chalky, of course, but it is a little hard to swallow, I must say. Oh, when you meet King Heliodor, put in a good word for old Cobblestone. Won't you, eh? If he finds out this village, if he finds out this is the village where the Luminary was raised, there might be something in it for us, if you catch my drift. Yes, death and destruction. Oh, you're terrible. Trust you to be thinking about what you can get out of it. Oh, I'm only joking, of course. The very thought. Anyway, where was I? Ah, yes. Now the fate that awaits you may well be one beyond anything we simple country folk cannot can imagine. But you must allow us to offer what little assistance we can. Take this map of Erdrea with you. It may prove useful in finding your way. Receive the map of Erdrea. And may this magnificent steed, the pride of Cobblestone, lighten your burden and speed you on your way. You'll find Heliodor easy enough. Just head north out of the village and follow your nose. You travel safely now. Oh, you're such a good boy. Such a good boy. You make us proud out there, won't you? And come back safe. Goodbye. See you soon. All the best now. Safe journey. Bye-bye. Wait. Here, take this with you. I made it for you. Tunic received, Gemma's charm. It'll keep you safe. Heard there are lots of monsters where you're going. Be sure to keep it close, won't you? I don't know what's in store for you out there, but wherever you go, and whoever you meet, don't forget us, will you? I won't forget you, whoever you are. Take care, and remember, we'll be waiting for you. Well, sort of. Just depends on how long it takes for me to get back. Seriously, where was that damn feather? Sure. I said I would have used a jump button before, but no jump button at this version, I don't think. Oh, that's cool. Real-time map there. Oh, wow. Oh, fancy. More places I can't get to yet, and not for a long time. Where's that damn feather? I think you got the feather. I did? Okay, sure. I don't even remember getting it. That's not all. I got a tip for you. I hope you'll find it useful. If you ever want to do someone a good turn, look for a purple marker on your map. It'll point you towards someone who's in need of assistance. Listen to what they have to say and see if you can do anything to help. It always pays to be kind to others. But don't feel that just because someone shared their woes with you, you have to help them right away. You can always come back when you want a little change of pace, or if you're not sure what to do next. Anyway, thanks again, Tudik. I really owe you one. Now, just remember, whatever is waiting for you up ahead, be kind to others, and you'll do just fine. You still got the charm I gave you. I'm so happy. When I heard you were leaving, I stayed up all night making it. I put my heart and soul into that thing. Be sure to take it with you wherever you go, won't you? Make sure you come home. I'll be waiting. Yeah, well, yeah. I wouldn't go through here if I were you. The monster up that way will make mincemeat of you. If it's Heliodor you want to get to, you'll head north anyway. Oh, I didn't read all that. Sorry. Hitting the next button. Next. Fine. Oh, wait. He'll be wanting to go north if you're heading to Heliodor. Mind how you go now. What? These guys are spicy. Don't go there. What are you, a moron? Boy, you get into way more fights in the 3D one. I mean, I'm like fighting left and right on the 3D one. Hold on a second. Oh, what do we have here? I know a budding adventurer when I see one. It can be risky heading into the greater outdoors if you aren't familiar with the basics of survival, you know? Well, fear not, because that's where I come in. See the remains of that fire over there? Well, when you spy one of those, it means you can set up camp and rest your weary bones. To settle down for the night, just go up to the fire and examine it. You'll soon be enjoying a well-earned break. What? You're worried about being attacked by monsters while you sleep? Oh, you've little faith. Campsite statues are chock full of holy powers that'll keep the beasties at bay for as long as you need. And that's not all. You can pray to it to be cured of poison and all kinds of other things. Think of it as a mini church. Anyway, enough of my yammering. Why don't you take a closer look at all of this camping kit for yourself? You'll need to get used to what campsites look like and how to find them. After all, you'll be relying on them whenever you're out in the wilderness. It's like my old dad always said, keen campers can continue on where others can't. Be prepared. Well, that's all from me. If you have any camping-related queries, feel free to ask. I'm here all the time. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. Oh, there's just rest, and then... Yeah, okay. I just left my home, now I'm just lazy. All I do is go camping. Then again, why not? Alright, why don't we stop it there? This is audap for you. You've been watching the 2D version of Dragon Quest XI S Echoes of Lucifer's Age on Nintendo Switch. You know, it's really cool. It's not just a throwaway mode. I mean, they actually spent some time having all the dialogue there and drawing all the the village, having all the characters there. There's really nothing that's missing outside of the the 3D-ness of it, and having obviously smaller areas to work with. But yeah, I think it's really enjoyable to be able to have this particular version in 2D not only to play on the nostalgia, but also to have another way to look at the game and play the game. There's a lot of value for this, and if you don't own this game, you really should. It's worth your money. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.